Hello friends, welcome to Mining Mirror and welcome to another mining examination preparation video. This video is all about CBT 2021 First Class Managers Restricted Metal Legislation Papers Complete Solution. And before going to the questions, I would like to thank all of my friends who have commented in my comment box and guided me. They have motivated me for making the videos more and more specific and more error free. Thank you for that. So friends, if you are new in my channel, please subscribe my channel, and if you like my videos, please hit the like button and share with your friends. Let's get started. I'm very sorry that this video presentation is made with the Microsoft Word. तो मैं इसको PPT में नहीं बना पाया, तो kindly cope up with me. Question number 1. Emergency plan is mentioned in Regulation Dash of MMR 1961. Answer will be 190A. Answer will be B. Question number 2. Dash means the failure to explode of an entire charge of explosives in a short hole. Short hole में entire charge अगर fail करता है explode करने में, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Misfire, obviously. Answer will be C. Question number 3. No working shall be made in any mine, any spot lying within a horizontal distance of dash meters from either bank of river or canal or from the boundary of lake, tank, other surface reservoir except with the previous permission in writing of the chief inspector. Answer will be 15 meter. Answer will be B. Danger from the surface water. Regulation 127. Question number 4. Initial medical examination and periodical medical examination comes under rule of the mines rule 1955. Answer will be 29. B. Question number 5. Which of the following earnings is not included in the ordinary rate of wages? कौन सा अर्निंग ऑर्डिनरी रेट ऑफ वेजेस में इंक्लूड नहीं है ऑफ द माइन एम्प्लॉइज? यहाँ ऑप्शन है बेसिक वेजेस, डिनर्स अलाउंस, बोनस इंक्लूडिंग इंसेंटिव्स प्रोडक्शन, बोनस एक्सक्लूडिंग इंसेंटिव्स फॉर प्रोडक्शन, कंपेंसेशन इन कैश. आंसर विल बी डी, बोनस एक्सक्लूडिंग इंसेंटिव्स फॉर प्रोडक्शन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 6. Parapet walls or berms along with the haul roads are provided to reduce the width of the haul road, increase the width of the road, alignment of the haul road, to prevent vehicles getting off the road, none of the above. Answer will be D, to prevent vehicles getting off the road. Question number 7. At every open cast mine, there shall be provided and maintained first aid station in the scale of 1 for every dash employed. कितना परसेंट में आपको फर्स्ट एड स्टेशन रखना पड़ेगा? आंसर will be 50%. Answer will be A. Question number 8. No mine working shall be extended within a horizontal distance of dash from bank of river, canal or water sources. Answer will be A. Question number 9. The number of maximum shot holes can be fired in the shift by a competent person appointed for doing so shall not exceed कितना? Answer will be 80. Answer will be C. Regulation 160 blasters में ये लिखा हुआ है. Question number 10. Peak particle velocity expressed in dash. उसका यूनिट पूछ रहा है पीपीवी का, मिलीमीटर पर सेकेंड. आंसर विल बी ए. क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. एवरी एयर रिसीवर फॉर्मिंग पार्ट ऑफ ए कंप्रेसर शैल बी फिटेड विथ एमीटर, वोल्ट मीटर, ओम मीटर, सेफ्टी वाल्व एंड प्रेशर गज. आंसर विल बी डी, सेफ्टी वाल्व एंड प्रेशर गज. क्वेश्चन नंबर 12. द एक्सीडेंट व्हिच रिजल्ट्स इन डेथ ऑफ वन और मोर पर्सन इज नोन एज फैटल एक्सीडेंट. ऑब्वियस ए. आंसर विल बी ए. Question number 13. Regulation 167 of the MMR 1961 specifies about what? ये जो रेगुलेशन है, इसको मैं पहले भी बोला था कि एक शॉर्ट नोट्स बना के एक छोटा सा पर्ची में बना के रखिए ताकि आपको इमीडिएट ये चीज़ याद आ जाए. मिसफायर, डस्ट, अंडरग्राउंड इनोडेशन ऑप्शन से. आंसर विल बी मिसफायर ए. क्वेश्चन नंबर 14. नो पर्सन शैल एंटर एनी ओपन कास्ट वर्किंग अनलेस ही हैज बीन परमिटेड बाय द ऑब्वियसली मैनेजर. बी. क्वेश्चन नंबर 15. व्हाट इज स्पेसिफाइड अंडर रेगुलेशन 190 ऑफ MMR 1961? फिर से रेगुलेशन के बारे में पूछ रहा है. नोटिस ऑफ एक्सीडेंट, प्लेस ऑफ एक्सीडेंट, फेंसेस, नोटिस, नॉन ऑफ द अबव. आंसर बी प्लेस ऑफ एक्सीडेंट. बी. क्वेश्चन नंबर 16. व्हाट आर द मेन कॉजेस ऑफ एक्सीडेंट ड्यू टू डंपर इन ओपन कास्ट माइंस? लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस, लैक ऑफ adequate ट्रेनिंग, इशू रिगार्डिंग मेंटेनेंस ऑफ डंपर्स, design and maintenance will be hollowed, all of the options. Above answer will be E, all of the options. Question number 17. The contractor shall submit to DGMS returns indicating name of his farm, registration number, name of the address of person heading the farm, nature of work, type of deployment of work persons, number of work persons deployed, how many work persons hold VT certificates, how many work persons undergone IME, and type of medical coverage given to the work persons. The return shall be submitted quarterly, biannually, annually, monthly, none of the options. तो आंसर विल बी क्वार्टरली, हर क्वार्टर में उसको भेजना पड़ेगा. आंसर विल बी ए. Question number 18. Which of the following statute is not framed under the Mines Act 1952? Mines VT Rule 1966, Mines Rescue Rule, Mines Creech Rule, Mineral Concession Rule. Answer will be D. Mineral Concession Rule 1960. Question number 19. Controlling is not a part of what? Operating function, R&D, coordination. Option 1 and 3, none of the above. Answer will be R&D, Research and Development. Question number 20. As per DGMS circular number 8 1982, the radius of the danger zone is an open cast mine working with a deep hole blast is 500 meter. Answer will be E. The consistency of data obtained from a particular research method is known as what? Reliability. तो ये जो क्वेश्चन है ये क्वेश्चन मैनेजमेंट से, ठीक है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 22. The purpose of earthing is to eliminate danger to persons due to voltage, electric shock, open sparking, fire, all of the options. Answer will be electric shock. B. Question number 23. Classroom training on gas testing shall be provided as per of Mines Vocational Training Rule 1966. Schedule G, Schedule F, Schedule E, Schedule D, none of the option. Answer will be Schedule F. Question number 24. Where a notice has been given under subsection 1 or an order made under subsection 1A or subsection 3 of the section 22 of the Mines Act 1952 by an inspector, the owner, agent or manager of the mine may, within after the receipt of notice or order as the case may be appealed against the same to chief inspector. कितने में है? 7 days, 15 days, 30 days, 20 days. Answer will be 20 days. Question number 25. What are the tools in risk management? MOA of the safety committee, workman inspector report, safety officer inspection report, ISO report, all of the options. Answer is E, all of the options. Question number 26. When change in the owner of a mine is a firm or other association of individuals, a change of any shareholders in the case of private company shall also be intimated to the chief inspector and the regional inspector within days from the date of the change. अगर चेंज होता है तो कितने दिन के अंदर उसको मिलना चाहिए? 6 days, 8 days, 7 days, 9 days, 14 days. Answer will be 7 days. C. Regulation 8. Change of ownership and address. Okay. Question number 27. Rules, regulation under the Mines Act can be made by which of the following? Committee constituted under section 12 of the Mines Act, central government, state government, district administration, all of the options. Answer will be B, central government. Regulations, rules and bylaws में है. Section 57, power of central government to make regulations. Section 58, power of central government to make rules. Question number 29. Whenever a person returned to employment open cast working in a mine after an absence from work for a period exceeding 1 year, he shall within 1 month of joining duty undergo refresher training as detailed in the कौन सा शेड्यूल में लिखा है? फर्स्ट शेड्यूल, सेकंड शेड्यूल, फोर्थ शेड्यूल, सिक्स शेड्यूल, ऑल ऑफ द ऑप्शन. आंसर विल बी फोर्थ शेड्यूल, सी. Question number 30. Standard of initial medical examination of a person shall be according to the standard laid down in Form P1. Answer will be E. Question number 31. Which of the following is true regarding the workers' participation in safety management? Pit Safety Committee, Section 12 Committee, Tripartite Committee, option 1, 2 and 3, none of the options. Answer will be D, option 1, 2 and 3. Rule number 29U, C and D, workers' participation in Pit Safety Committee में है. Section 12 में workers' participation in the committee. Tripartite Committee includes the members from management, DGMS, representatives of trade unions and officers association. Answer will be 1, 2 and 3. Answer will be D. Question number 32. Which occupational disease is notified under Section 25 under the Mines Act 1952 after 10th National Safety Conference? 10th National Safety Conference के बाद कौन सा डिजीज को यहाँ पे नोटिफाइड किया गया? तो आंसर विल बी नॉइज इंड्यूस्ड हियरिंग लॉस, बी. क्वेश्चन नंबर 33. Environment Impact Assessment EIA Notification 2006 provides what? Guidelines, procedure, format for applying, obtaining EC, environment clearance, applying, obtaining CTO, wildlife clearance, or obtaining forest clearance. Answer will be Environment clearance. Guidelines, procedure, format for applying, obtaining is C. Answer will be A. Question number 34. Provision of canteens is specified under rule number what of the Mines Rule 1955? Canteen किस में आता है? Rule number 64. Provision of the canteens. 62 provision shelter, 64 canteen, 65 standards of canteen, 66 furniture of the equipment. Okay. Question number 35. The flexible cable for portable apparatus shall be covered with the insulating material to protect from what? Question number 36. Where it is not possible to show the complete boundary of a leasehold on the same plan, another plan has to be made on a scale where all boundaries can be seen. An additional key plan showing boundaries and the outline of the working shall be made, making a similar plan with the same scale, paste them carefully. Answer will be B. An additional key plan showing boundaries and the outline of the working shall be made. Question number 37. A surface plan showing every surface feature within the boundaries such as ST line, high tension line, public roads, public buildings, position of fighting equipments. Option 1, 2 and 3. Answer will be E. 1, 2 and 3. Question number 38. Snub pulley in a belt conveyor is used for what? Side discharging of material, cleaning purpose, emergency stop device, for increasing the contact angle of the driving drum, to increasing the contact angle with the driven drum. For answer will be D, for increasing the contact angle with the driving drum. Question number 39. The combination of the likelihood of the specific unwanted event and the potential consequence if it should occur is termed as risk, likelihood and consequence. Question number 40. Permissible peak particle velocity at the foundation level of the कच्चा and brick and cement houses are dominant excitation frequency less than 8 Hz. तो फ्रीक्वेंसी यहाँ पर रेंज दिया लेस देन 8 Hz, उसमें पीपीबी कितना होना चाहिए? यहाँ पे दो चीज़ आता है, एक है जो बिल्डिंग ओनर्स को बिलोंग करता है, जो ओनर को बिलोंग नहीं करता है, उसके लिए दोनों के लिए अलग अलग है. एक है जो बिलोंग नहीं करता है वहाँ पे होना चाहिए 5, यहाँ पे ये वाला 5 मिलीमीटर पर सेकेंड, और जो बिलोंग करता है वहाँ पे होना चाहिए 10 मिलीमीटर पर सेकेंड. तो आंसर दोनों हो सकता है, बी एंड सी. क्वेश्चन नंबर 41. स्लोप फेलियर ऑफ ए वेस्ट रॉक डंप डज नॉट डिपेंड्स ऑन डैश ऑफ द रॉक. स्लोप फेलियर अगर होता है वेस्ट डंप में, परमेबिलिटी, बल्क डेंसिटी, शियर स्ट्रेंथ, कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ, पोरोसिटी. आंसर विल बी कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ. क्वेश्चन नंबर 42. The grade which is available from a property after actual mining is what? Computed grade, effective grade, run-of mine grade, pit head grade, none of the above. Answer will be effective grade. Question number 43. Which is not a mechanical property of rock? Strength, hardness, elasticity, density, plasticity. Mechanical property, density. Question number 44. In a 3-phase AC motor, the expression to find HP of the motor is given by Z into volts into amperes into power factor divided by 746. तो वाट में आता है. Where is Z? तो यहाँ पे क्या है, तो बेसिक इक्वेशन HP जो हॉर्स पावर होता है इक्वल टू √3 VI इंटू PF इंटू एफिशिएंसी डिवाइड बाय 746. तो आंसर विल बी √3. Question number 45. What is the full form of STP? Sewage treatment plant, sewage treatment plant, sewage treatment plant. Answer will be sewage treatment plant. Answer will be C. Question number 46. The dust sampling frequency is once in every dash month, 6 months. C. Answer will be C. Question number 47. External indicators for head and spine injuries are. क्या क्या है उसका इंडिकेशन? ब्लड एंड अदर फ्लूइड्स इन द ईयर्स एंड नोज, अनयूजुअल बम्प्स एंड डिप्रेशन ऑन द हेड और ओवर द स्पाइन, has seizures, severe headaches and slurred speech, both 1 and 2 and either 1 and 2. Answer will be both 1 and 2. Blood or other fluids in the ears or nose अगर आपको head और spine injury होता है तो. Unusual bumps or depression on the head or over the spine. Okay, question number 48. Which of the following is correct statement? Medical certificate should be retained for 5 years from the date of medical examination. Medical certificate should be retained as long as the person employed in a mine. Medical certificates should be maintained as long as the person employed and 10 years thereafter. Medical certificates should be maintained as long as the person employed and 5 years thereafter. No need to keep and maintain the medical certificate. Answer will be C. The medical certificate should be maintained as long as the person employed and 10 years thereafter. यहाँ पे रूल नंबर 29G रिटेंशन एंड ट्रांसफर ऑफ मेडिकल सर्टिफिकेट्स. उस क्वेश्चन नंबर 49. Main emphasis given by the 9th Conference on the Safety in Mines is on नीड ऑफ सेफ्टी मैनेजमेंट प्लान, development and appropriate health and safety management system on HEMM safety, workers participation in safety management or emergency response. Answer will be B, development of appropriate health and safety management system. Question number 50. Section 26 empowers central government to, section 26 क्या बोलता है? Appoint a competent person to inquire and report any case notified disease observed in the suspected. Appoint a competent person to inquire an accident that injured more than 5 persons. Appoint a competent person to give the report for a group of mines. Appoint a competent person to suggest modification in the rules. Appoint expert develop safety management system. Answer will be A. Appoint a competent person to inquire and report any case of notified disease observed and suspected. Question number 51. Which of the following statement is or are false in respect of the decision taken by the committee constituted under section 12 of the Mines Act 1952? All questions referred to a meeting of the committee shall be decided by a majority of the votes and the members present and voting on that question member. In case of an equal division of votes or opinions, the chairman shall exercise an additional vote. Any member disagreeing with the decision of the committee cannot enter a note of dissent to form the part of the report. क्या बोलता है कि false क्या है? Answer will be E, C only. Any member disagreeing with the decision of the committee cannot enter a note or dissent to form the part of the report. ये enter कर सकता है. Question number 52. What are the safety features to be provided in dozers according to the DGMS Text Circular number 9, 2008? Rollover protection, turbocharged guard, fire assistant, hydraulic hoses or seat belt reminder, canopy, turbocharger guard, fire rollover protection, turbocharged guard, fire, rollover protection, turbocharged guard, fire resistant, hydraulic hoses and seat belt. Answer is D. Roller protection, turbocharger guard, fire resistant, hydraulic hoses and seat belt. Okay. Question number 53. If a victim has serious internal bleeding suspected, what is the first thing to do? Apply heat to the injured area, elevate suspected area and call for ambulance, place the victim in a sitting position, give fluids to replace blood loss, go for the placing the stomata. Answer will be B. Elevate the suspected area and call for ambulance. Question number 54. Chief Inspector is appointed under the Mines Act 1952, appointed under Mines Rule 1955, MBTR 1960, Rescue Rule, none of the above. Our will be 1952. Question number answer will be A. Question number 55. Maximum voltage which can be used in underground mines is 300, 440, 1100, 1600, 650. Answer will be 6600. Question answer will be D. सेंट्रल इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जो अथॉरिटी है वहाँ पे जो रूल रेगुलेशन निकला था 2010 में, वहाँ पे ये दिया हुआ है. Question number 56. If a person that has already undergone training in handling of explosives, he should not undergo this training again if he has not worked in handling explosives for a continuous period of 6 months or more before such re-employment. तो आंसर भी A. 6 महीना होना चाहिए. Question number 57. Wounds that would require stitches are over an inch long, bleeding from an artery or uncontrolled bleeding, human or animal bites, all of the above. Answer will be all of the above. Question number 58. Severity index can be calculated as. Answer will be 50A plus S into 1 lakh divided by man shifts worked. Answer is A. Question number 59. The following is not a function of personal management. ये मैनेजमेंट क्वेश्चन आ गया. तो फॉलोइंग इज नॉट ए फंक्शन. ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द मैन पावर, रिक्रूटमेंट ऑफ द सिलेक्शन ऑफ द मैन पावर, वेजेस एंड सैलरी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, प्रोडक्शन, प्लानिंग एंड कंट्रोल. आंसर विल बी डी. क्वेश्चन नंबर 60. व्हाट कैटेगरीज ऑफ पर्सन्स टू बी कवर्ड बाय पर्सनल डस्ट सैम्पलिंग इन ओपन कास्ट वर्किंग? ओपन कास्ट वर्किंग में पर्सनल डस्ट सैम्पलिंग जो होता है वो किस किस कैटेगरी का लोगों को कवर करता है? ड्रिलर, हैंड हेल्पर्स, एक्सकेवेटर ऑपरेटर, डंपर, टिपर ऑपरेटर, डोजर, ग्रेडर ऑपरेटर, क्रशर ऑपरेटर्स. आंसर बी ए. क्वेश्चन नंबर 61. In mines where dumpers or other trackless equipment is used and have to cross a overhead line, the minimum clearance above the ground of the lowest conductor of overhead line should be not less than 12 meters. Question number 62. As per DGMS circular number 36, 1972, find the minimum width of the bench with the following data. The height of the bench they are 7 meter. The boom reach of the machine is 6 meter. The tipper plying on the bench where tipper width is 2.5 meter. And the widest machine Hitachi X800 working on the bench where the X800 width is 5.5 meter. तो मिनिमम विड्थ कितना होना चाहिए बेंच का? दोनों को अगर कैलकुलेशन करिएगा, अगर टिपर की विड्थ के हिसाब से देखिएगा तो भी 3 टाइम्स है. यहाँ पे लिखा है जो ये वाला टाइम 2 में 3 टाइम्स ऑफ दी जितना उसका विड्थ है, तो 3 × 7.5 आ रहा है. अगर आप आज पर विड्थ ऑफ द मशीन देखिएगा +2 मीटर तो भी उसका 7.5 मीटर, आंसर विल बी ई 7.5 मीटर। क्वेश्चन नंबर 63, द माइनिंग टर्मिनोलॉजी एक्सप्लॉइटेशन और विनिंग इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ ब्लास्टिंग, द प्रोसेस ऑफ एक्सट्रैक्टिंग द ओर एंड इकोनॉमिक मिनरल फ्रॉम द अर्थ, आंसर विल बी बी। क्वेश्चन नंबर 64, प्लॉटिंग एरर ऑफ ए प्लान made on 1/2000 scale shall not exceed 25 centimeters, 50 centimeters, 75 centimeters, 90 centimeters, answer 50 centimeter, B. Question number 65, a person can be designated to act as workman's inspector in mining discipline if he possesses foreman certificate granted under act, he has at least 5 years experience in any mine including at least 2 years in working of the mines for which he is nominated, he has undergone an orientation training course of workman inspector, answer will be E, A, B and C. Rule number 29, Q, A, B and C. Okay, question number 66, National Safety Conference NSC is example of the following: safety audit, bipartite, tripartite, answer will be C, tripartite. Question number 67, sound level of audio visual alarm should be at least dash higher than the ambient noise level, कितना परसेंटेज ज़्यादा होना चाहिए? 5 to 20%। अगर आपका एनवायरमेंट का नॉइज जितना है उसके 5 to 20% ज़्यादा होगा तो वो अच्छे से सुनाई देगा। क्वेश्चन नंबर 68, फ्लेक्सिबल केबल फॉर पोर्टेबल और ट्रांसपोर्टेबल apparatus shall be single core, unless 2 core or multi core, triple core, none of the answer will be C, 2 core or multi core unless required for electric welding. Question number 69, when there is a doubt about the weight of a safety valve, extra weight can be added on measurement, no extra weight shall be added to the safety valve shall be sealed off, the safety valve shall be completely removed, answer will be B, no extra weight shall be added to the safety valve. Question number 70, the regulations made without prior publication under section 60 ultimately become regulations, shall remain in force for only 1 year, shall remain in force until the danger is rectified, shall be subsequently sent to the parliament for approval, shall remain in force for only 2 years, answer will be shall remain in force for only 1 year. Question number 71, which of the following is not a characteristic of a panic disorder? Nausea, excessive respiration, urination, chest pain, none of the above, answer will be urination. Question number 72, in the event of any contravention of law by any person besides the person who contravenes, the supervisory officials, the manager of the mine and the owner agent of the mine can be punished unless they give in writing and they are not responsible, they prove that they are not present at the spot, they prove that they have used due diligence to avoid the contraventions, they prove that only the person who committed the contravention is completely responsible, none of the above. C, they prove that they have used due diligence to avoid the contravention. Question number 73, a person nominated for workman's inspector shall have a total experience of dash years in a mines for getting nominated? 5 years. He has at least 5 years experience in mines including at least 2 years in working of the mines for which he is nominated. Question number 74, the height of the sloping raised shelter should not be less than dash of its lowest point, 1.8, answer will be E. Question number 75, when a dump exists near a road, the following conditions shall be fulfilled. Between the toe of the dump and the road edge, the distance shall be at least twice of the dump height. Yes, answer will be A. Equal to the dump height, no. Fencing is sufficient, no. Depends on the typical material dumped, no. None of the above. Between the shall be at least 2 times of the dump height. Answer will be A. Maximum exposure limit of respirable dust prescribed for 8 hours time weighted average is underground manganese mine working environment. कितना होना चाहिए? 5 mg per cubic meter, 10, 3, 7 or 9. Answer will be 5 mg per cubic meter. Question number 77. As per DGMS circular number 1 2014, the level of risk flows in the risk assessment matrix. कैसे flow करता है? Extreme risk, high risk, moderate risk and low risk. Answer will be B. Question number 78. On receipt of appeal made by the owner, agent or manager against the decision of chief inspector under section 22A, the central government shall take a decision and inform it to the owner, agent or manager, refer it to the committee, advise chief inspector to reconsider the case, central government can refer it to the legal advisors, advise concerned state government. Answer will be B, refer it to the committee. Question number 79. For calculation of calendar year service in the case of a person working in below ground in a mine, whose service commences on a date other than January 1st, he shall put in attendance of not less than dash of the total number of days during the remainder of the calendar year. Answer will be half. Section 52, annual leave wages. Question number 80. On receipt of notice under section 22A, if the owner appeals against the notice, then the owner has to wait for reply from Chief Inspector and then comply. The owner shall comply the observation of Chief Inspector without waiting for the committee to decide. The central government will decide whether to immediate comply or not. The owner need to comply the observation of the Chief Inspector. Answer will be B. The owner shall comply the observations of the Chief Inspector without waiting for the committee to decide. Question number 81. Under the provisions of the Mines Act 1952, who is are responsible for the maintenance of the bathing places with the shower bath and locker rooms at the near period of the mine? Agent, manager, owner. A or B, B or C, C or A or B. Answer will be C. C and A. Owner and agent. Question number 82. Reportable injury is defined as any injury which involves enforced absence of the injured person from वर्क फॉर ए पीरियड ऑफ व्हाट? फॉर ए पीरियड ऑफ 72 आवर्स, 3 दिन के लिए अगर एब्सेंट होता है तो रिपोर्टेबल इंजुरी. क्वेश्चन नंबर 83. फॉर ए स्नेक बाइट विक्टिम व्हाट शुड नॉट बी डन? वॉश वुंड्स, अप्लाई आइस, कीप बिटन पार्ट स्टिल एंड बिलो द हार्ट, गेट प्रोफेशनल मेडिकल केयर विदिन 30 minutes, कॉल एम्बुलेंस टू टेक विक्टिम टू द हॉस्पिटल. आंसर विल बी बी, अप्लाई आइस. क्वेश्चन नंबर 84. रिस्क मैनेजमेंट इज डिफाइंड एज the process of identifying, monitoring and managing potential risk in order to minimize the negative impact they may have on the organization. The process of identifying, monitoring, managing potential risk in order to maximize impact. The process of identifying potential risks they may leave on the organization. Answer will be A. Question number 85. Under the Mines Act, a district magistrate is given powers to exercise the powers and the duties of an inspector subject to the general and the special orders of the central government. One of the following is true in this context. He shall not enter the mine and conduct an inquiry. He shall not exercise any powers conferred by the section 22 or section 22A or section 61. He shall not exercise any powers conferred by the section B. Answer will be B. He shall not exercise any powers conferred by the section 22 or section 22A or section 61. Question number 86. The person appointed to hold the court of inquiry under section 24 of the Mines Act 1952 have all the powers of a civil court order, Code of Civil Procedure 1908, Act V of 1908. For the purpose of enforcing the attendance of the witnesses, compelling the production of the documents, compelling the production of the material objects. Answer will be D. A, B and C only. Tino. Question number 87. Composition of safety committee of a mine include manager, safety officer, workman inspector and 5 workmen nominated by the workers representatives and 5 officers nominated by the manager. Answer will be A. Question number 88. No person shall act as welfare officer of a mine unless he possesses a university degree, a degree diploma social science, and so a knowledge of the language of district in which mine is situated. Option 1 and 2, 1, 2 and 3. Answer will be E. Question number 89. Whenever there occurs in or about a mine an accident causing serious bodily injury to any person, the place of accident can be disturbed with the consent of the chief inspector, with the consent of the inspector, if the inspector fails to inspect the place accident within 72 hours of the time of accident, or D, with the absence of the owner, agent or manager of the mine. A, B or C. A, B only, B or C, D only, A, or answer will be E. A, B or C only. Question number 90. Which of the following is not the definition of the quality? Confirmation of the specification, fitness for use, spare part maintenance, customer delight, none of the above. Answer will be C, spare part maintenance, जो quality का definition नहीं है. Question number 91. A system which is called as increased safety type E means a system in which additional measures are taken for increased security against the possibility of excessive temperature and occurrence of arcs and sparks. A system in which all immersed system is used to additional safety for excess sparks. A system in which sparks of excessive temperatures are inevitable and increased security needs. Or system in which occurrence of sparks and arcs is prevented. Answer will be A. A system in which additional measures are taken for increased security against the possibility of excessive temperatures and occurrence of the arcs and sparks. Question number 92. When any welfare officer is appointed, authorized, discharged, dismissed, or he resigns, the information to chief inspector shall be given within what? 15 days, 7 days, 30 days, 45 days, 10 days. Answer will be 7 days. B. Question number 93. Which of the following shall carry the fastest outfit under rule number 45 of the Mines Rule 1955? Foreman, maid, blaster, electrician, mechanic. A, B and only, A, B, C, A, B, C, D, A, B, C and E only. Answer will be D. A, B, C, D and E. Sub. Question number 94. When the owner of a mine is a firm or other association of individual firm, one has to be submitted in case of change of ownership. अगर change होता है ownership. Only when the partner in the case of firm or any member in the case of an association. Only if it is director in case of public company. Only if it is any shareholder in the case of private company. Answer will be all of the above. Question number 95. Which of the following is not true? A plan shall show the name of the mine and the owner and the purpose. A plan shall show the true north magnetic meridian and date of the letter. A plan shall show a scale of a plan at least 25 cm long and suitably subdivided. All of the above, none of the above. Answer will be E. None of the option. Sub true है यहाँ पे. Question number 96. If a plan or section is a part of a main plan, then such tracing of a plan or section shall be attached with the copy plan from which it is derived and be certified by the surveyor, shall bear a reference to the original plan or section from which it was copied and shall be certified by the surveyor. Just show a key plan, maintain the bound page. Answer will be B. Question number 97. The first aid that is to be given to a victim who has an object impaled in hand is remove the object, flush the cool water and transport to the hospital. Immobilize the object by placing the several dressing around it. Break object off where it sticks or bandage. Answer will be B. Immobilize the object by placing the several dressings around it. Question number 98. Which is not a symptom of heart attack? Chest pain, red hot and dry skin, pale or bluish in color, profuse the sweating, either one or the. Answer will be B. Red, hot or dry skin. ये symptom नहीं है heart attack का. Question number 99. If the registered trade unions of the workers demand the copies of the entries made by Chief Inspector in Form 6 can be read to them, shall be made available to them, already displayed in notice board, call for the meeting, explain them point by point. Answer will be B. Shall be made available to them. Regulation 108A. Question number 100. RE represents what? Risk expense, related expense, risk exposure, risk evaluation, none of the above. Answer will be risk exposure. Question number 101. Regarding the ground vibrations, the following statement is true. The lower the frequency, higher the ground displacement. The higher the frequency, higher the ground displacement. The frequency and the ground displacement are directly proportional. All of the above, none of the above. Answer will be A. The lower the frequency, higher the ground displacement. Question number 102. Which of the following statement is or are true? For every mine wherein 500 or more persons are ordinarily employed, the owner, agent or manager shall designate 3 suitably qualified employees of the mine as workman inspector. Workman inspector shall be designated in consultation with the registered trade unions in a mine where there are more than one registered trade unions, the union recognized as per the procedure in practice. When the number of persons employed in a mine exceeds 1500, the workman inspector shall be assisted by one additional workman inspector in mining discipline for every additional 1000 persons. तो A, B and only A, B, A, C or A, B, C तीनों. Answer will be E. Question number 103. The condition of 300 meters of danger zone need to be followed if blasting is done in such a manner approved by in writing by the chief inspector or general inspector that flying fragments would not object beyond distance of 10 meter. Answer will be E. Regulation 164 1A. Question number 104. Who do act as chairman and secretary to the safety committee as per Mines Rule 1955? Owner, manager, safety officer, workman inspector, manager, safety officer. Answer will be C. Manager and safety officer. Question number 105. Under which section of the Mines Act 1952 an inspector can issue a notice in writing to the owner, agent or manager of the mine to remedies the defect contraventions within such time as he may specify in the notice? 22A, 22, 22.3, 22A2. Answer will be E. None of the options. Question number 106. Personal management is that field of management which does not deal with the following: planning, organizing, controlling the persons, directions, none of the persons. Answer will be directions. D. Question number 107. When a person working in open cast mine has to be employed underground, or a person working in non-gassy underground mine has to be employed in a gassy mines, he shall undergo training specified under. ये भिट्टी रूल में आता है. शेड्यूल 3 E. Question number 108. With regard to the secrecy that is needed to be maintained under section 10 with respect of the information collected from any mine, the following is true. Absolute secrecy shall be maintained unless the court orders, can be shared with the bodies like IBM, government bodies in the interest of safety and welfare, can be shared with the consent to the mines management. With the option 1, 2, 1, 3, none of the answer will be B. Can be shared with the bodies like IBM, government bodies in the interest and safety of the welfare. Question number 109. Which statement is not correct in respect of bylaws? It is drafted in consistent with the Mines Act 1952. If called upon to do so, owner, agent, or manager of a mine framed and submits the draft bylaws within a period within 2 months of the Chief Inspector of Mines. If in opinion of the Chief Inspector of Mines the draft bylaws are not sufficient, the CM may cancel and reject it. Answer will be C. Question number 110. When larger quantities of explosives have to be carried in a box then permission to be obtained from? Simple, the Chief Inspector of the Mines. Answer will be A. Question number 111. As per section 9, when a person to attend for occupational health survey, examination or test, the time spent by any person shall be counted as his leave, counted as his duty only, and paid as normal salary, and also overtime at ordinary rate of wages if he spends more time, counted as duty. Answer will be C. Question number 112. Manager of a mine is appointed having prescribed qualification under section 17 of Mines Act 1952, regulation 34 of the MMR 1961, under regulation 8A of MMR 61, both option 1 and 2, both option 2 and 3. Answer will be both 1 and 2. Question number 113. Personal management function is financial function, business function, administrative function. Option 1 and 2 and 3. Option none of the option. Answer will be C, administration function. Question number 114. Safety management system, a guideline for implementation was issued as DGMS Tech Circular number dash in which year with what number? Answer will be D, number 13 of 2002. Question number 115. The drinking water points shall not be situated within dash of any washing place, urinal or latrine. Answer will be 6 meter. E. Section 19 drinking water में है. Question number 116. What would you do if a victim had a body part torn or cut off? Wrap the severed body part in sterile gauze body part to be placed in a plastic bag. Put the body part in plastic bag or on ice and take it to the hospital with the victim. All of the above. Answer will be D, all of the above. Question number 117. When caring for a victim who has a large burn on his forearm, you use large amount of cool water to cool the burn. Use ice or ice water to cool the burn. Remove any cloth that has stuck to the burn and apply burn cream. All of the above, none of the options. Answer will be A. Use large amount of cool water to cool the burn. Question number 118. The ore reserves for which tonnage and grade are computed partly from specific measurements and partly from projection from a reasonable distance on geological evidence is known as proved or measured ore reserve, proved or indicated, possible and inferred, and actual ore reserve. No, the answer will be actual ore reserve. Question number 119. What will be the approximate carrying capacity of a belt conveyor of 1200 mm width if load cross section area of the belt conveyor is 0.15 square meter, belt speed is 2.5 millimeter per second, and the bulk density mineral is 1.5 ton per cubic meter? Consider a reducing factor due to 10 degree inclination of belt is 0.95. तो conveyor capacity is 0.15 जो belt conveyor का cross sectional area into 2.5 the belt speed into 1.5 the density of the material into 60 into 60 into 0.95. 0.95 उसका आ गया फैक्टर, रिड्यूसिंग फैक्टर हो गया, और स्पीड हो गया जो मीटर पर सेकंड है, उसके लिए हमको उसको जब आवर में लेना पड़ेगा तो उसमें इंटू 60 कर दीजिए. आंसर विल बी 1900 टन पर आवर. Question number 120. In a dash layout, all machines or process of the same type are grouped together. In a dash layout, fixed position, factory, process, product, none of them. Answer will be process. In a process layout, all machines or process of the same type are grouped together. Question number 121. In a cable, if a flexible metallic covering is used, it can be used as the earth conductor instead of main earthing core. It shall not be used alone as the earth conductor but can be used as the additional earth conductor along with the main earthing core. B is the right. C, it shall never be used to earth conductor. Core, another flexible metallic covering shall be used to. No, answer will be B. Question number 122. When a manager has to be entrusted some job which will make him frequent or prolonged absence from the mine, the absence shall not be more than 60 days, 40 days, 30 days, 45 days, 25, 60 days. Answer will be A. Which parameters are incorporated in RMR system? Uniaxial compressive strength, RQD, spacing joints, Poisson's ratio, and Young's model. Uniaxial compressive strength, RQD, spacing joints, conditional joints, and Young modulus. Uniaxial compressive strength, RQD, spacing joints, conditional joints, and Poisson's ratio. Uniaxial compressive strength, RQD, spacing of joints, condition of joints, and groundwater. Answer will be D. Question number 124. 11th National Conference on Safety in Mines made recommendations on setting up mines workers welfare boards for dash all minor minerals, mica, marble, granite, sandstone, mica, granite. Answer will be E. Sandstone, marble, and granite. Question number 125. The committee constituted under subsection 1, section 12 of the Mines Act 1952 shall consider proposal for making regulations under this act, inquire into such accident as may be referred to it by government, hear and decide any appeals or objections against orders under this act, consider proposal for making the Mines Act. Answer will be C. A, B, and C. Tino. 126. For calculation of calendar year service in the case of persons whose service commence on a date other than January 1st, he should put in attendance of dash of working days of mine in case of working above ground. इससे पहले हम लोग बात किए थे बिलो ग्राउंड वाला और ये अबव ग्राउंड में. बिलो ग्राउंड पे 1/2 है और बिलो और ओपन कास्ट में 2/3 है. Question number 127. The Mines Act shall not apply for excavations being made for prospecting purposes if one of the following conditions fulfills. The excavation made shall not be the watery strata. The excavation shall not extend below superjacent strata. Option 1 and 2. Option 1 and 2. Answer will be B. The excavation made shall not extend below the superjacent strata. Question number 128. When injury or death of more than one person takes place, Form 4B has to be sent for the entire group of the injured or dead in one form, not more than 3 persons in Form 4B, to be sent in a specific form on the covering letter separately in respect to every person injured or killed, not more than 2 persons in one Form 4A. Answer will be D. Separately respect in every person injured or killed. Question number 129. A victim is coughing up blood with bleeding from the mouth and is tender in the abdomen. Pulse is weak and rapid. The victim is having sign of what? Massive head injury, internal bleeding, drug overdose, possible poisoning, heart attack. Answer will be internal bleeding. Question number 130. You have tried to control a victim's bleeding with direct pressure and elevation, but the bleeding does not stop. Where would you apply pressure to slow the flow of blood to a wound on the forearm? Outside the arm midway between the shoulder and the elbow, on the inside of the elbow, inside the arm between the shoulder and the elbow, any above will slow flow of blood. Answer C. Answer will be C. Inside the arm between the shoulder and the elbow. Question number 131. The size of the respirable particulate matter (RPM) considered in the range of what? Less than 5 micrometer, or 10 micron, or greater than 5 micron, less than 1 micron, or less than 2. Answer will be less than 10 micron. Question number 132. Hard board stretcher is required to shift an injured person in case of what? Head injury, multiple fractures, spinal cord injury, 1 and 2, above none of them. Answer will be C. Spinal cord injury. Question number 133. The maximum permissible gradient to carry any head load along a road or footpath is 30 degree. Answer will be B. Question number 134. Under Rule 29Q of the Mines Rule 1955, a person can be appointed as workman inspector if has at least dash years of experience, 5 in any mine including at least 2, 5 and 2. Answer will be E. Question number 135. A compressor shall be subjected to hydraulic test at a pressure at least dash permissible 1.5 times होगा. Answer will be A. Question number 136. Register of information regarding leave with wages is maintained in Mines Rule 1953, Register of Leave with Wages. Answer will be Form E. Question number 137. The Brazilian test is used to determine what? Tensile strength, compressive strength, shear strength, modulus of elasticity, none of the above. Answer will be tensile strength. Question number 138. The time interval between placement of order and supply of material is called lead time. Answer will be C. Question number 143. What is the average resistivity of weathered or fractured rock strata? Average resistivity 90 to 200 ohm meter, 230, 300, 400, 400, 500, 500, 600. Answer will be A, 90 to 200. Question number 139. Which of the following statement is true in respect of the committee constituted under section 12 of the Mines Act 1952? A member other than the chairman may resign his office by writing under his hand address to the chief inspector. The chairman may resign his office by writing under his hand address to the central government. The resignation referred to the same one as rule shall have effect from date of its acceptance. Answer will be D, B and C only. Question number 140. In every mine, there shall be provided and maintained sufficient numbers of irrespective of the persons employed in the mine. Urinals, latrines, faster stations, faster rooms. Answer will be D, A, B and C only. Question number 144. Second and final notice by Appellate Medical Board is served in Form R. Answer will be B. Question number 145. Ergonomical assessment includes assessment of work progress, assessment of working aid tools, assessment of working posture. Answer will be C, posture. 146. Calculate the total resistance for 10 number of electric delay detonators connected in parallel where the resistance of each detonator is 2 ohms and resistance of connecting wire and blast cable is 7 ohms and 2 ohms respectively. तो जो पैरेलल कनेक्शन हुआ है तो उसका फॉर्मूला सेम है, को कैलकुलेट करिएगा तो लास्ट में 9.2 ohms आ रहा है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 147. Which is not a function of the safety committee? To discuss remedial measures against unsafe conditions practices in the mine, to serve as a forum for communication of safety and occupational health matters, to inquire into canteen irregularities. The answer will be C. Question number 146. Medical standard of a fitness to be followed to the ascertain the medical fitness of person seeking appointment is laid down in P1, form P1. Question number 147. Which factors affect the probable consequence if a risk occur? Risk avoidance, risk monitoring, risk timing, contingency planning, none of the option. Answer will be risk timing. Question number 148. The provisions of the Mines Act 1952, except those contained in section 7, 8, 9, 40, 45 and 46 shall not apply to any mine engaged in the extension of morum, provided that not more than 50 persons are employed in any one day. In case of open cast mines, the workings do not extend below supervised ground. The depth of the excavation measured from the highest of its lowest point never exceeds 6 meters. In case of open cast mines, explosives are not used in connection with any excavation. Answer will be A, B, C, D. Total C. Answer will be C. Question number 149. The relieving hole shall be drilled as far as possible in the presence of mines manager, in the presence of foreman, in the presence of blaster who conducted the blasting, in presence of experienced person, in the presence of mining veteran. Should be C, in presence of blaster who conducted the blasting. Question number 150, the last question of this video. A victim has lost a lot of blood through a deep cut in his leg. He is breathing fast and seems pale and restless. He is probably in shock. Answer will be C. So friends, अभी हम लोग कंप्लीट किए टोटल 150 क्वेश्चंस एंड 8 सॉल्यूशंस. और ये वीडियो थोड़ा सा लेंदी था और थोड़ा सा हड़बड़ में ये बना हुआ है, तो वीडियो जो भी है आपको लेकिन बहुत हेल्पफुल होगा. सो इफ़ यू लाइक दिस वीडियो, प्लीज़ हिट द लाइक बटन एंड सब्सक्राइब माई चैनल. सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो.